So hello everyone, my name is Alon Raz. I'm the head of Customers Division at Golden Pages Israel. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me here to share with you the story of Golden Pages for the second time in a row. I was actually here last year in Barcelona, and at that time I talked about the online strategy that Golden Pages has implemented between the years 2005 and 2008. However, the aim of the presentation today is actually to reveal for the first time Golden Pages' second step strategy, as we came to the conclusion that going online, even though you do it aggressively, is simply not enough, and we need to change and we need to do it rapidly. I will try to convince during the presentation that the industry has to change itself, and as I mentioned, do it rapidly in order to stay relevant and to stay competitive on the long run. I really hope you'll find the presentation interesting and even inspiring. And we'll start. Okay, so I'll just give a short background of Golden Pages and our business and the online strategy we've implemented. And then the second phase will be the reality as we see it and the strategy we have just recently formulated. And then I will summarize. So Golden Pages is age 41. It's the only Yellow Pages business in Israel. We distribute 70 directories all over the country, and we operate the #1 business search website in Israel. We also have 2 applications used on mobile phones, and all in all, the group owns 9 verticals, which are online category leaders. This is was a major part of our online growth, and I will get to it in a moment. We also own Dan & Bradstreet Israel, and we employ 800 people. We are perceived as the 3rd largest Indian group in Israel, with the revenues of $100 million and an EBITDA of 23%. So this is how the group GPM looks like. On the left side you see Golden Pages, which is the Yellow Pages company of the group that account for 67% of our business. In the middle is D Group, which is a centralized company we have established that runs all our subsidiaries, all the companies we have acquired throughout the last 3 years or so. Among that is the largest restaurant portal in Israel, a classified business, the leading price comparison engine, a portal for domestic tourism, for doctors, and so on and so forth. And then we have Dan & Bradstreet, which account for 15% of our business. So here's just a recap of actually last year's presentation. Golden Pages had some tough years between the years 2000 2005 actually. The previous owners of the company has adopted a very harsh cost reduction strategy by which they stopped investing in marketing and advertising. They shrinked the sales force and did other things as well. At the end of this process, the company lost 30% of its customers and of its revenues, and eventually, most importantly, the company became totally irrelevant in the booming online industry in Israel, and the brand was badly hurt. So at the end of this process, the company was then sold, and the new owners with new management team on board changed the strategy to an opposite one, and started with an hyper-growth strategy comprised of 2 main issues. First, we changed internally the company from a print-based business into an online company, which means that we started to launch dozens of online products. We worked extensively on marketing and advertising and promoted our online products. We changed the way the sales team works. We changed pricing policy, and actually we touched everything we could in order to change the mindset of the company from print to online. At the same time, we started a spree of acquisitions, and as I mentioned, we acquired the most important verticals in Israel, and actually imported money or external money from other websites. The strategy was successfully implemented, and the company achieved quite an impressive growth in revenues. We went up by 60% in less than 3 years. And in addition, if we look at the mixture of revenues, you can simply see that at the end of 2004, 91% of our business was associated with print, whereas at the end of 2008, less than half of group's revenues are associated with print. So initially, we were able to reduce the dependency we had on the print as the main source of revenue. So theoretically, everything looks fine and life is beautiful, and it seems that our strategy is on track and we did whatever we could in order to change ourselves. But we realized that we have a problem, because the reality bites, and the reality is quite different than what we have expected at that time, and we understand that we need to change, because the problem lies in our future and the future of the industry as a whole. And why is that? Because if we examine the revenue side, well, our print business is going down at 15 to 20% per year, but at the same time our online business is going 25% per year. But we all know that there is a problem with the historic prices of on the print compared to those on the internet. So if we want to shift money from print to internet, we have a huge problem, because actually the prices that our customers perceive as online prices are set by Google, are set by the cost per click. There is a reference, and the reference is the cost per click, and therefore it's a big problem to transfer customers with their revenues that are related to the historic prices of the print to online. And customers woke up and they are not willing to pay what they have paid, in particular the large customers. So we came to the conclusion that even though we went online aggressively, and even though we executed our plan correctly, and we did everything we could, and it was like a strategy that was executed by the book, at the end of the day, the online business cannot make up for the loss of the print. And I relate to what Mr. Donald Retief said in the beginning. It cannot offset the loss of the print, even though you go online very aggressively. If we look at our updated forecast of GP, which is Golden Pages, the group's anchor, we realistically believe that the main activity of the group, which is the Yellow Pages business, will continue to decline. We don't buy all the theories that it is a stagnatic industry or with a minor decrease. No, it's not. The Yellow Pages business is going down, and is going down pretty fast. Another indication for that would be the ARPA of our large customers. If you can see, here's a comparison of the last three canvases, summer canvases, which is our main canvas. The ARPA of our large customer is going down rapidly, at 36% in only 2 years, and our realistic approach is that it will continue to decline. And the reason is the first slide. The reason is that customers are not willing to pay for the print, and let's admit it, guys, the print was overpriced and still overpriced, and the customers are not only they're not willing to pay, but if they want to shift online, then they see other prices which are far lower. So the ARPA goes down. We also have some problems with the value. We were able to double the amount of unique users in our website in less than 3 years. Actually, in about 2.5 years, we were able to double the amount of unique users, because we invested heavily in marketing and advertising. At the same time, we had to shift our customers online, and we had to do it rapidly. So in fact, we tripled the amount of customers that share the same traffic. So on average, each customer receives less traffic. And not only this, but our online business model has also some flaws, because it actually supports the top 10 or top 15 customers in each heading. So it means that the long tail receives only the leftovers. So once more, we are dependent on small portion of customers, okay?